Welcome back everyone to another Warzone 2 video on the channel. Today we're talking about Fidelity Cas, which is a special setting that console players and PC players use to make the game look much sharper. And while this is a very useful setting, today I want to talk about why you guys might not want to use it in the current state of Warzone 2. Today's topic mainly concerns console players, but this might be very helpful for low-end PC players if you guys are playing on a PC that doesn't have the best specs. So with that being said, before we get into today's topic, if you guys do enjoy today's video and learn something new, make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you guys are playing on console right now, go ahead and comment down below how Warzone 2's experience has been for you lately. I would love to know. So getting back on track with Fidelity Cas, this setting is actually very useful if you guys are trying to get more sharpness in the game, but Fidelity Cas makes the game lag a lot more. If you guys actually didn't know this, it does. It does it on PC and it does it on console. Mainly because Fidelity isn't just sharpness, it's actually changing the way the game looks quite dramatically, so it makes sense why it does, cost more processing power in the end of the day. But if you guys are using Fidelity Cas and you guys are lagging quite a bit, you guys can turn this off. Now, do keep in mind that when you do turn this off, your game is going to look much worse, but there are things in today's video I'm going to show you guys that you can do to help counter that. So first things first, which is the easiest method, you guys can just turn it down or turn it off all the way. If you guys play on PC, there are other options. You have NVIDIA DLSS, there's a couple other options I forgot the names of, but you guys do have the ability to play around with multiple settings, whereas on console, you guys don't really have this kind of leisure or flexibility. You only have one option, which is either to turn it on or off. Us console players also have the option to turn up and down the intensity of fidelity. So if you guys do play on a number like 80, you guys might want to bump that down to like 50 or 45. This alone should make a pretty big difference, but if you guys still experience a lot of issues, you might want to either turn it down to 20 or just turn it completely off. I think it's needless to say that the lower the number is, the more performance you're going to get back from fidelity. But if you guys are trying to actually see players in the game, you obviously want to have some level of sharpness, which is why I want to get to my second tip, which is going to be playing around with your monitor settings. I've actually made a ton of videos on this in the past, specifically sharpness, and if you guys actually bump up the sharpness on your monitor, you can get free extra, visual, upgrades without costing any performance out of the game. And if you guys have a TV remote, or if you guys understand how to navigate through your TV's settings or monitor settings, then you guys can easily turn up the sharpness and it should make a really big difference. I will say with Fidelity Cas, my monitor was basically at like 10 sharpness. I didn't really need it much because I can control all that within the game, but after changing this, I realized I had to instantly bump it up to about 65 to 70 on my monitor to compensate for the lack of fidelity. So I recommend you guys change that if you can. I know a lot of you guys might not have the leisure to change the sharpness in your settings. If you guys don't have this leisure, you guys might want to just leave fidelity on. It's gonna look really bad without any sharpness at all, and I do mean really bad. So if you guys don't have the option to play around with your monitor, I highly recommend you guys go ahead and just leave it on. Maybe bump it down to like 20 or 30, but yeah, don't turn it completely off. It's gonna make the game look really bad. Everything's gonna kind of mash into each other. It's gonna be hard to see enemies, especially in dark corners. It's gonna just be a nightmare. Now, I do want to address something. A lot of you guys in my comment section are saying that, I'm doing fine. I don't have any problems at all on my console. And mainly these are new gen console players. I don't think any old gen players have said that. I think the game is pretty bad on old gen when it comes to these certain settings. But for new gen, I'm telling you guys right now, there's no way you're pulling 120 or even 115 FPS on new gen on this game. Like, it's just not gonna happen. The game is running at maybe like 100, maybe like 105 at best. There's no way you're gonna get the max 120 out of it because the game's just too demanding, especially with these settings. It's gonna run much slower. So keep in mind that even if you do have a new gen console, you can still feel the effects of these certain settings. And there are tons of videos on YouTube that actually have side-by-side comparisons of new gen versus old gen consoles, and you guys can see that they're not getting 120. They're getting maybe kind of closer to it, obviously much better than old gen, but they're not getting exactly 120 or even 110. A lot of times it's lower. But that's mainly all I have for today's video. I'm trying my best to find out the best ways to make the game more enjoyable for console players as well as PC players, and this is a pretty big one. If you guys have any questions at all, make sure you guys comment them down below and join my Discord so you guys can talk to me in real time. I can actually help you guys out with any issues you guys might be having on console or PC. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace, love, and understanding always.
Down to 10. You can win this.